Hello Internet, my name is Taliesin.
And I'm Evatel.
And welcome to a WoW podcast, obviously episode number...
52.
It is episode number 52. It's only taken us about 6 years to get there. It's perfect. Hey, we've been away.
But we're back.
But I was going to time that with coming onto the screen.
Oh.
I was going to be all like...
Okay, should we do it?
Hey, we've been away, but now...
We're
back! Yay!
Hey guys! Hello!
Oh, hey, guess whose camera we couldn't get working today?
This guy.
That camera! We couldn't get it working. Oh, look, you've got a really ugly mic. That is literally my pet peeve
ugly
of like
mics.
all like podcast internet stuff.
I'm just gonna have to hold it.
Yeah, you
in front
are.
of
You
me.
are just gonna have to fucking hold it. Okay, welcome everyone. How are you doing?
Great. How are you guys?
It's my least favorite thing in the entire world. I'm so sorry. Is when someone's got like a mic like boom arm which is taking up most of the screen and like covers their face and things like that.
Yeah.
It just sucks. It's just really bad, right? You don't care if you're listening to your preferred podcast listening station, but I care. Okay, you're not gonna be able to do that because it's gonna affect the sound. So we're just gonna turn that off and we're just gonna use this one instead. We should have fixed that before we started, but we didn't. Hey!
Hello, team.
Are we so foggy? What's going on?
Foggy?
What's going on? I don't know. Anyway, welcome back, guys. We've been away. We've been to sunny Pennsylvania. Yeah, we've been Penn State. Yeah, you are now wearing, for those who can't see Evatel's wonderful visual gag because you're listening on your preferred podcast listening station, Evatel just motioned with her hands to her boobs,
Yes.
which are currently adorned with a Pittsburgh University sweater that she bought from the airport for $12.
20. Well, it was $19.99. But like, I think it was a bargain.
Yeah,
for an airport hoodie, airport like sweatshirt,
Yeah.
it felt pretty good. And I saw it, and we were having some wings
Yeah.
and other miscellaneous goodies at Primanti Brothers, highly recommended. And bless her, the waitress came over and was like, guys, it's almost 8 o'clock, and I just have to tell you, this whole place shuts down at 8 o'clock. So if you want to get anything from that shop over there, she wouldn't say shop, she would say store.
Yeah.
From that place over there, you better do it now. So I was like, heck yes. I got up and I ran over and I got this, and I got like a Lego comic for my kid and a bunch of combos, which I ate immediately.
It was pretty awesome. And the thing is, like, this is wonderful to me because, you know, obviously that's a Pittsburgh. Is that a Pittsburgh University top? It's a university stylings, right?
Yeah, it's like
University of
sports.
Pittsburgh. Yeah, exactly. Go Pitters or whatever they are, whoever they may be in the university. Sorry, university sports people, but nary a week goes by here in Wales where Evatel doesn't come back home in a bit of a huff going, I can't believe it. I saw this girl out in town and she was wearing a Yale top.
Yeah.
I don't think she went to Yale.
No.
I don't remember her going to Yale. She wasn't there when I was there, and I'm not to be judgmental, but she didn't look like she went to Yale. That's all I'm saying. And that's a common refrain in this house. So nice to know that sometimes people will be out there and like the world's biggest Panthers fan who played quarterback for the Panthers will be like, hey,
did you
get a? I played quarterback for the University of Pittsburgh for the Go Panthers, and you'll be like, who the F are the Panthers? I don't understand. I'm a Yale girl, and they're like, well, why are you wearing that Pittsburgh top? And you'll be like, I thought I'd slum it. I thought I'd cosplay as more working class than I actually am.
To be fair, excuse me, sir. I come from very humble roots, as you well know, and I did actually spend a summer semester at Pitt, so I'm allowed to wear these.
At Pitt? Is that like the inside? Yeah, okay, cool.
Pitt, yeah.
That was like the main thing about cleaning out your parents' old house, their moving house to somewhere else, was basically just we now have like 100 Yale tops and banners.
Yeah, we do. Like all my cool vintage goodies, like all my funny little sweatshirts and like t-shirts we got for events and stuff. There's one, because, you know, there's something called The Game, which is when we'd face off against Harvard, our number one rival, and are just like go to a football game.
Do they think you're their number one rival?
They do.
Okay.
Yeah. What was the refrain? It was like Harvard sucks and Princeton doesn't matter. I know, it's very it's all very silly. But
hey, I went to Princeton.
You did. I know. Well,
for a little bit,
for a moment, yeah. For a minute there. So yeah, exactly. So that we'd have like a big football game, and of course, neither football team is like very good. But I'm sure there's some. I knew some football players. They're pretty good. No disrespect to them, but I had a T-shirt that has a little pilgrim on the front. It says, "I went to Cambridge," and on the back it says, "And all I got was sober," because they had strict drinking rules at the game. Anyway. It's delightful. It's fun. It's not what I'm here to talk about.
I went to drama school in Bristol, and there are two universities in Bristol. There's the University of Bristol, which is the kind of university that Tony Blair's son goes to.
Yes.
Okay. And then there's the UWE. It was like a vocational college, but now it's a university and stuff like that. And the university is seen as being a bit posher than the UWE. And when they have their kind of inter-university football games, the chant that the Bristol University kids. Chant is, "I know who your dad works for, my dad."
That's so messed up.
Isn't it messed up?
That's really messed up, but like perfectly aligned with the stuff you do in college. Like absolutely, aligned. But so we are back now.
Yes. Anyway, we need to stop talking about universities and trips, because we are back. And oh my goodness, I turned on my computer. I opened my Wowhead newspaper, which I get delivered to me every day in print. I insist on it. I can't be reading all my news on computers or podcast. What a terrible way to learn news. Podcasts.
Oh, imagine.
I open my Wowhead newspaper. It's great. The ink all gets on your fingers. All the pictures are in black and white. It's fantastic. The weekend supplement, you just see it. It's nuts.
Oh, yeah.
And I've learned that the World of Warcraft was on fire. There's been so much just happening in the last couple of days. We don't even have to have like a proper catch up of all the things we missed, because there's been enough happen since we got back a day or two ago.
I know, wild, isn't it?
To talk about even without that. Here we are, broadcasting to you live on YouTube and Twitch still. We couldn't get the camera working, but we could get the dual stream thing working. So although I'll check that, because I haven't actually checked that we are still running on Twitch. We are running on Twitch as well. This is great. We are the glue holding WoW together. Yeah, WoW can come back in one piece now that we are here. So first point of order, something we covered yesterday on the stream.
Wait, we have one thing to say first. Just a little bit of housekeeping. If you want to say something, if you want to drop us a question, if you want to have your voice heard in these here parts, please do feel to drop us a super chat on YouTube.
Oh, yeah, I forgot how we make money. I forgot how we eat and pay the bills.
I know. We go away for a week and it's all
I understand.
Drop a super chat if you like, and then at the end of this episode, we will get to them.
And please do, because I spent so much money this last week on trampoline parks and IHOP.
Splash
and
parks.
Olive
Splash
Garden. Parks. And, it's like your brother and his family are very much let's go out and spend money doing stuff kind of people.
Yes.
And I'm more kind of, or we could watch TV.
Should we walk through the forest?
Yeah, let's walk through the forest or play WoW. I've already paid for that.
Right,
But no, so we did loads and loads of stuff. We went and we went to water parks and trampoline things and arcades.
Yeah, where's your IHOP mug?
My IHOP mug is down. It's in the dishwasher.
It's clean.
I hope it survived the dishwasher. They're very delicate, those IHOP mugs.
Oh yeah, they definitely don't take a beating. They're definitely not just like thrown around.
Yeah. If you want to ask a question and steer the conversation any way you see fit, then please do. And we need it. We're poor. So, excellent. Well, what we're going to talk about, something that we covered yesterday, and you might have seen on our socials, is BlizzCon 2026.
It's coming.
It's coming. It's going live. The tickets are going on sale tomorrow, I believe, on Friday.
Well, and not just any tickets. Early bird tickets are going on sale tomorrow, November 7th, at 9 a.m. PST, California time. 5 p.m. UK time, whatever else time you're actually in. And so they are selling at a discounted rate of $249.99.
That is the discounted rate.
That is a discounted rate.
It's going to be $289.99 when they go up to full price, whatever that may be. No word on that yet.
No idea, but I have a feeling early bird tickets, if it's early bird, they're probably limited and they're probably going to sell out or only last for a couple of days. So if you want to save $40, now is your chance.
Yeah. But of course, the ticket is the least expensive part of BlizzCon for most people. For most people, we're talking planes, we're talking hotels, and all of the many, many drinks you'll have to buy from the Hilton bar while you're there, covering your ears, trying not to listen to the DJ, and
Or
desperately trying to hear what someone standing right next to you is actually saying about your favorite game, World of Warcraft.com.
Or you're hanging out across the street at the Marriott, which is the cool place to be.
Don't give away the cool places. That's invite only.
I don't even know if the Marriott still exists.
Absolute
man.
plebs
It's
live
been
at the
so
Marriott.
long. It's been so long. I don't know if any of this stuff actually exists anymore, or if it will exist in 2026.
Yeah.
I'm just happy we've passed the 1 year to go threshold, because it felt downright silly thinking about BlizzCon,
Yeah.
when it was announced in March of this year.
Yeah.
I was just file that away. But now it's less than a year to go, so I'm feeling ready. I'm feeling hyped.
And it is very exciting as well. I mean, things that I want to see in this BlizzCon.
Yes.
Number one, multiple stages with panels happening at the same time.
Yes, please.
That was the big failing of last BlizzCon.
It
Apart
really
from the fact they didn't
was.
get us to host Q&A. But apart from that, it was the fact that it was like everything was on the main stage, and for me, BlizzCon it's like a festival in a way.
Yes.
You know, you're like, oh, what stage should we go to now? Well, Terran Gregory is doing a talk on this stage, but Christy Golden's doing a talk on this stage, and on this stage they've got that podcast that I like, and they're doing their live show and stuff like that. And that's part of the fun. And yeah, you end up missing some stuff, but you catch up on it later.
Exactly. Or you can sit in your hotel room and watch the VOD of it later. And yeah, I totally agree with you. And I think it was an effort to streamline things. And I think in their minds, they're like, okay, we're going to deliver, everyone's going to be able to see the main headlines and the main things. But what it meant was that everyone was trying to go to the same place all of the time, or they were standing up and looking at a screen in another hall where there is no seating anywhere.
You got a real bee in your bonnet about that seating.
I really like to
and
be able,
rightfully so.
And there's, just remember the joy of when kind of the doors open and we could all shuffle in, speed walking to go and sit down in our seats. Do you remember?
We've always got press passes, so I'm like, shh.
I'm-
More cosplay.
No, genuinely. And because there were things that we didn't, we had press passes and stuff, but it was still kind of a scramble to get everywhere. And also they didn't really use the arena last time. It wasn't.
No, not at all.
No, they didn't use the arena. And that's such a cool space to be in. And so, yeah, I agree with you. They need to bring back multiple things happening at the same time. They need more here's Laura Bailey singing a song.
Yeah, totally.
Here's Terran Gregory. Here's Christy Golden. Here are creative directors showing off their work.
There's and that's the thing. It was essentially pared down panel wise because none of the
there were
smaller panels
3
happened.
panels.
It was all the massive panels,
Yeah.
the main stage
That was
panels.
it.
But there's so much cool stuff not on the main stage. And that was a major fumbling. Obviously, they fumbled the Dark Moon Fair, very much so, because of course there wasn't much else to do without loads of panels happening, so they had to go and do that.
Well, regarding the Dark Moon Fair, there is also a BlizzCon ticket add-on called the BlizzCon add-on, the Dark Moon Fair add-on, which is $89, $89, and that gets you, I think it's Saturday night access to the Dark Moon Fair, and I think you get a special little trinket or toy while you're there.
A collectible.
So if you need guaranteed access to the Dark Moon Fair, I didn't get in at all last year. I just hung out in the line.
I didn't even try. I took one look at it and I was
bitched about it with Dan Olson. We just sat outside and moaned about the line, and then he made a really good video about it. So.
Yeah. and the fact is though that essentially Blizzard could just open the doors of the Anaheim Convention Center and there'd be nothing in there but a big poo on the floor, and people would still really enjoy it. It would still be a thing worth going to simply because of the community aspect of it, and hanging out with people with the same interests and passions as you, all the little side stuff going on around the place, and I would highly recommend it for those reasons.
Absolutely.
I would still like it if there were some good announcements there, and that's the next kind of thing about BlizzCon really. In 2026, Midnight will have been out for 6 months, we think,
Still
by the
young.
time it happens
Still
in
fresh.
September. Yeah, exactly. Maybe 6.5, if that. So we're talking a third, maybe a quarter of its entire life cycle, basically. That's presumably a bit too early to announce the next expansion at BlizzCon. And for me, BlizzCons that don't have a WoW expansion announcement do feel like strange BlizzCons. I've only been to one. I think there's only been one. The one after BFA, where they announced 8.1 with the Saurfang and Anduin like stockades cinematic, and you know it was fine. It was good. They announced Warcraft 3 Reforged at that one as well.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was epic. Great announcement.
Very cool. Yeah.
So like they do feel weird when they don't have a World of Warcraft expansion announcement. Are we gonna get one at next BlizzCon, do you think, or what? What's gonna be the thing?
I think we're probably gonna get like a tease. You know what I mean? We're gonna get some mention of Last Titan, but I don't think it's gonna be like a full-on like outline breakdown trailer. It's just gonna be like it's coming, right? And we're already in unfamiliar territory because we've already had like the announcement of the World Soul Saga. We've already been experiencing like the kind of, we already know the 3 expansions and what they're called and kind of what they're about, but now the announcements are just filling in the details.
But it's weird because like we all kind of knew the premise of Midnight.
Yeah.
You know, it kind of speaks for itself. It's a big void invasion and stuff like that. And, you know, with the exception of maybe the inclusion of Xal'atath, and in the way she's included in it, you could basically show the Midnight cinematic halfway through War Within, and it wouldn't have really given away much.
No.
But we know so much less about Last Titan and its entire premise and its entire setup that kind of anything about it is going to spoil what happens in the War Within in Midnight.
There could be like a big tease.
Yeah, but I feel like any details is just going to kind of give away the story of Midnight, which we won't even be halfway through at that point. So I just can't see it happening, honestly. I can't see any like kind of substantial, meaningful reveal of Last Titan, unfortunately.
So if it isn't announced then, when would it be announced?
Well, that's another question, is because actually like the BlizzCon after would be way too late.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you do with that.
And Gamescom still feels kind of late. August?
There's like Game Awards at the beginning of the year or something like that. So maybe early 2027, something like that. But there is this riddle of when do we, if we're going to do it at an event, you know, and not just kind of like, and you know, Dragonflight was revealed just kind of not an event, and kind of, and you might argue there wasn't much hype around Dragonflight at first, but I would argue that's probably more to do with Shadowlands. So I don't know, but you know, it's been done before, is what I mean, is that they've announced it without that much fanfare. And obviously they will almost certainly reveal like the next major Midnight patch and things like that. I think that goes without saying. It's not like there won't be any WoW news or anything like that, retail. I mean, that's just not the same.
No,
never is. So maybe there'll be another big WoW announcement though. Like people are talking about Classic Plus, which I always say is like, well, that so you mean Season of Discovery too, then? Is what you mean. Maybe they'll call it Classic Plus just for the clicks, though. I think that'd be a good idea, honestly.
Possibly.
So I think that's highly likely. And outside of Warcraft, I think there are going to be some really big announcements. Since seeing the key art and the schedule and the cool thing that we got sent by Blizzard.
Oh yeah, the mystery box.
This thing.
Oh yeah, the compass.
The compass that we got sent.
So what's pointing north?
All of these things. That's a good point, actually.
It's WoW,
Warcraft,
isn't it? Of course it is. It's the number one, right?
All of these things, like, you know, feature StarCraft pretty heavily, or at least more heavily than you would expect.
It's in the key art, like at the top, and it's in the trailer as well. And that last line in the trailer, right, maybe suggests something is coming. It could just be tied to this Blizzard Classic Cup. In which people are going to be playing StarCraft.
But I think it's more. I think it's more because there's that, but also on the trailer, you know, Blizz put out a great BlizzCon. I love BlizzCon trailers. Do 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 do, and like people in little costumes going yay yay, and
welcome home.
Yeah, it's a place where we can be together.
Although I have to say my favorite ones, I don't say this just because we've like featured in them before, but like are there the ones that feature like people in them? Just like
they make me cry.
I know they always make me cry.
Time.
They always make me cry, and they always make me go when they show someone I don't like. But there's, you know,
When's that? How often is that?
when they show like us on there, and I'm like, oh,
They didn't
those
go to
guys.
Yale. Why are they wearing that top?
No. But like, I love it when they show.
Who don't you? You've never told me about the people you don't like. Lies. All she ever
I
talks about.
I like everyone. No, I love the ones where they feature people telling like personal stories, creators, like little clips. I think it just makes people feel involved, and like, yeah, it's there. That was kind of missing for me in this bit. But you just know there's going to be at BlizzCon, they're going to play like the kind of in-house trailer, and it's going to be super emotional.
So
I love it.
Yeah, I mean, there's that. So there's, and at the end of the trailer, again, the last game clip that they showed on the trailer was a StarCraft clip from a cinematic from StarCraft.
Yes.
And the last like vocal line they had on the trailer was a StarCraft line. Well, it's about time. And you could say yes, because there hasn't been a BlizzCon for a few years, so it's a very it fits, thematically to have that line. But also, it's just that thing of there's a lot of StarCraft going on, right, in these things. And I think there's gonna be a new StarCraft game.
You think so?
Yeah, I think there's gonna be a new StarCraft game.
What is it, like an extraction shooter?
Yeah, that's my money. I'm betting
Really?
on a StarCraft first or third person extraction shooter. That's what I'm betting on. But do you know why?
Why?
Because it would fucking rock.
Yeah, it would be
It would
cool,
be
wouldn't it?
so cool. I think that's the limit, my limit for the StarCraft universe right now. StarCraft is like
It's cool.
even more than Warcraft is a rip-off of Warhammer. StarCraft is a rip-off of Warhammer 40,000, right?
Sure.
And Space Marine 2 is an awesome game.
Yeah, you loved
It's a fantastic extraction shooter. And, like, I think StarCraft would make a really good extraction shooter for the exact same reasons.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And, like,
and
I
like
just think
this is kind
But
of
it won't
the
be
fun.
StarCraft 3 or 4. Or whatever.
No, probably not. But this is the fun of like the game development cycle, right? Like these games they take so long to make, and so they're already kind of like in the public consciousness. So anything that comes out, when you're like, oh, it's going to be an extraction shooter, I'm like, of course it can't, because we have loads of those, and it's like, oh, of course it's going to be that, because it follows the same kind of like development timeline of all the ones that have recently come out, right? So yeah, I think that would be really exciting. I would love
if this was happening like 2 or 3 years ago, would all be like, I think it's gonna be a StarCraft battle royale.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
StarCraft survival game.
Yeah. Oh,
Look, man.
Unannounced survival game.
Dude, okay, so it's that thing where I know we say this all the time, right? But Titan got cancelled after years and years in development, and like devs coming out and talking about it and stuff. And it didn't all go to waste. It got turned into Overwatch, which is one of the highest selling video games of all time. Like, it's in the top 10. I don't think people realize this, like how big Overwatch is, right? Or was at some point, or like how big it has been. And like, that's, you'd have to count that as a pretty good success, whatever you think of its current state, right? And likewise, they've put a lot of work in, presumably, to the survival game. Something's going to happen with something from it, even if it's just like designs and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure. Also, I feel like Blizzard has the opportunity to do the funniest thing, which is release like a direct competitor to Fellowship, which would just basically just be doing like, it's like, you love WoW, you love doing Mythic Plus. Well, we actually made a game that's just Mythic Plus.
Wait. A Blizzard Fellowship clone, but it's set in the StarCraft universe? That could actually work. That could actually be really. That would be its USP. It's
that
like
was a joke, but I think
it's like
we might be onto
Fellowship. I mean,
something.
like visually and stylistically, it's just a rip off of WoW, and that's what's good about it, right?
That is what's
that's
good.
not a
That's-
criticism.
no,
That's
no.
really, really good.
It's super cool.
But Blizz could turn that on its head,
Like-
just rip off Fellowship, but then make it StarCraft. I think that'd be. I'd play it.
Yeah.
I'd play it. We're playing Fellowship all the time, and we did get asked to kind of play with the devs, but it clashed with something else.
we didn't have
unfortunately.
time to do
so
it,
we
which
couldn't
is
do
a
it.
shame.
And it does look really good. For me, I love Mythic Plus. I play a heck ton of Mythic Plus in WoW, but Mythic Plus would be. And I always say this when they talk about, having the world's first race on kind of event or tournament servers or something like that, is like Mythic Plus would be substantially less interesting to me if it wasn't connected to my character in an MMO where I do like everything else as well. Like, I do delves to get ready for Mythic Plus, and I do raid to get gear for Mythic Plus, and vice versa.
You
and
say that,
I do quest
but...
and like so. It's weird looking at Fellowship because the gameplay looks amazing, but the whole thought of getting heavily involved in it just isn't so interesting to me, because that is all it is. And with WoW, you've got all the other stuff, which people meme on and say, wouldn't it be great if you didn't have all of this? But it's like, actually, that's all the other stuff is kind of important. Right? I don't know.
Okay,
for me, it is anyway.
Maybe that could happen, or they could announce like player housing sandbox mode. You know, like... Basically,
isn't player housing already sandbox mode?
It's not, and that's the thing, because we've been used to it being sandbox on like the alpha.
We're going to talk a bit more about player housing later on today. But
we will.
So I mean, yeah, I think there's likely to be a Warcraft announcement of some sort, whether it's connected to retail or not. It seems more likely to be classic, doesn't it? Really, I feel like StarCraft new game seems incredibly likely. I'm not ruling out a new IP.
That would be fun, wouldn't it?
It's been a very long time since Overwatch,
really long time.
And I'm not ruling out a new IP at all. But I hope so, because like for me, like I say, BlizzCons that don't have a big WoW announcement, like a big WoW expansion for retail announcement, aren't as good. And you know, I just saw a Holly Longdale tweet, which I'm not going to say it worried me, okay?
I had the same thought.
I'm not going to say it worried me.
No,
but
it's lovely.
It says, I can't wait to see you there. This one is all about you, our family. And that made me think, I'd rather it was about a new WoW expansion, if I'm completely honest. You know, I read that, and do you know what I thought? Geek is.
What?
Do you remember 2012, widely considered to be the worst BlizzCon of all time, where they basically had no announcements?
Oh, no.
And so they made this thing called Geek Is, where basically what they did was they got Chris Metzen, they like chucked a whiskey into him or something, they wound him up with like a key at the back, they put him on stage, and they were like, Chris, you have to make this BlizzCon exciting. And he was like, how am I going to do that? And they were like, we have nothing. Get like, you're good at this. Go out there. And so he was like, Geek is about family. It's about us being together, celebrating this thing. So no, we don't have any exciting announcements, but we've got each other.
Oh no.
And like, and I don't want to get, all I'm saying is Holly Longdale's tweet okay, it's not the same, but it's not completely different.
No. And that's the thing, I love all the mushy stuff about like the community, because it's true, because it's really good. But I also need like the hype, and I need the delivery of like a concrete thing that is good and that I'm going to enjoy and look forward to. So yeah. I'm okay. I'm glad
you thought that when you saw that.
I did see that, and I was like, oh, it's like, this one's all about you. I want like, this one's all about getting you maximum hyped for this amazing thing we're going to show you. Like, that's it. Yeah. But yeah. So. I am really looking forward to it. I'm oh my God, I'm super excited.
Me too. I mean, like last BlizzCon was super great. Like the announcement of the World Soul Saga and stuff like that, really, really cool. My favorite part of last BlizzCon probably was when we'd arranged to meet Dan Olsen properly for the first time.
Yes.
And he came to meet us just as we were finishing a meet and greet. But then we continued the meet and greet because there were lots of people there still, like kind of just behind the stage of the meet and greet. And we like a little queue of people formed, and Dan Olsen basically just turned into the guy that took photos.
He was like, let me.
Yeah. So we had Dan Olsen, like my literal favorite YouTuber, a 1,000 times bigger than us, and like cleverer than us, and more than me, and more successful than us. And he was like standing there, very patiently waiting for us to be done with all these people, and to the extent of like taking photos for people, I was just like, this is kind of humiliating for me. But it still was awesome to see everyone. So thank you.
It was really amazing. And a few other things things that I'm hoping for at this BlizzCon and around BlizzCon. I would love to see Con Before the Storm come back.
Oh, yes, please,
Any
Wowheads.
Con Before the Storm
Make that
organizers, folks, people, make it happen, please. And because it really is so special. For those who don't know, Con Before the Storm is like kind of the night before BlizzCon, and it's they rent out like a huge hall in like the Hilton, and it's loads of like artists, creators, signings, meet and greets, just community stuff made by the community. And oh my God, it just rules. So I would love to see that come back. It would make me very happy. I would also love for us to be able to do a weekly reset live.
Well, it's tricky, isn't it? Because the days of BlizzCon have changed next year or this year. Next year. It usually happens on Friday, Saturday, which leaves us the Sunday to do a live weekly reset in the hotel because people are still about. The con's not on. We do it kind of early-ish in the day.
People are like usually hungover, and that's the day when they're kind of recovering.
They're usually getting ready to leave, but they're still around for that. Yeah. So having to do it on a Monday is a whole different kettle of fish.
I know, it's a little trickier because people will be leaving by then. So for people
we'll
who
have to
have
take
asked,
it as it comes, really.
Yeah, we will take it as it comes. Once we get more details about like what's happening and the schedule and what we can do, like then we'll make something happen.
I think it's very likely that we will. We can't do it on a Sunday night. It's just not feasible. We need like at least a night to get a script done and have a rehearsal and stuff like that. So, but it's always one of my favorite things to do at BlizzCon. So, and keeps getting bigger every year. Probably won't happen next time. Like on the Monday, it'll be like the few scragglers that are still left, like just a handful of like very hungover people in a hotel
like
room somewhere.
Enthusiastic hungover people. Really,
but we will endeavor to make it happen because we do love it so much. So, but again, might be hard if there's no big WoW announcements as well. So, always good to do the live weekly reset on an expansion announcement as well. So, from a selfish point of view, I really hope there is. But either way, I'm sure it'll be a fantastic BlizzCon. So, yay! Woo! Yay, BlizzCon!
Hooray!
Brilliant.
Oh, and speaking of, we have 2 tickets.
Oh my God!
We have 2 tickets. Careful, Aisha. To BlizzCon, like actual proper, look at those shiny,
not virtual tickets,
not virtual tickets,
not codes to watch it online, actual physical tickets,
IRL in-person tickets
to go to. Well, I mean, they're codes to get your physical tickets, but like, and to literally walk in through the door and be there in the same room, breathing the same air as Evertel.
Well, that's presuming that I'm going to be there.
Wow.
That's presuming.
Wow. Well, you might not because we're giving away your ticket.
Presuming that these tickets are not for us.
Yeah, we're assuming these are for us to give away, right? So that's awesome.
Yeah.
We will be giving these away on stream tomorrow on Twitch. So come and join us for stream tomorrow if you want to have your chance. And literally, you just have to turn up. No tests, anything like that. I'm going to test you on things we said in this podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
So, like, you get there and you can win actual tickets to actual BlizzCon.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
That is not too shabby. Thanks, Blizz, for sending us that exploding box.
Yeah, it was really good. I hurt my fingers when the box clamped down on them, and it was good. I'm suing, so there we are. So that fantastic about BlizzCon. Happy days indeed. Happy news. And like loads of cool people will be there. Hopefully, you will be there too. So, what did we miss in the World of Warcraft while we were away? Well, let's go through it in order. Oh my God, I want to talk about the Ibelin movie adaptation.
Yes.
So, Ibelin, if you saw the documentary that came out last year on Netflix.
Yeah, or earlier this year.
Yeah, an incredible story. Would you want to explain it?
Yeah. It's about Mats Steen, aka Ibelin, and it's a documentary about his life, him dealing with degenerative disease, but also his, frankly, as the title says, remarkable life within the world of Warcraft, bringing together like his guild mates. And I thought it was a really nicely done documentary, like looking at it from the perspective of someone who plays WoW and knows WoW, but also kind of likes movies and films and stuff. It was really nicely done. They mixed kind of elements of like kind of in-game animation to kind of bring Ibelin's character to life. And then also kind of telling his story, about how he found his like sense of freedom and identity. And his parents, like many, were just like not aware of it. They weren't aware of this life that he developed kind of as physically. He was finding it more and more difficult. And he was this kind of like richly creative, wonderful, but very human, of course, person in the game, and he made these friendships, romances.
Was sometimes a bit of a dick.
Yeah, he was sometimes, and like anyone.
Yeah.
But it told this like really beautiful story about him and his experience there, and showed his family kind of after his death, his family receiving letters and being reached out to by his guildmates, by his friends, and sharing their kind of piece of Ibelin kind of with his family. And it's really beautiful. Loved it as a documentary. And it is now being turned into like a proper feature film with a frankly outrageous cast.
Yeah. Well, you say outrageous. It is outrageous in that it's very good and high profile.
Like outrageously good cast.
It's also like if someone was like, you're making a family drama.
Yeah.
A lovable family, okay?
Yeah,
a good, lovable family who you're supposed to really like. Who do you cast in the various roles? It's like, this is who you would cast. It's like the most obvious casting. And the fact they got them all is just really great. Like, Stephen Graham is like the UK's dad right
I know,
now.
everyone. Well, is Anthony Hopkins going to be the dad?
Well, no, Stephen Graham's going to be the dad.
So who's Anthony Hopkins going to be?
God, probably. I don't know.
Is he just going to do like a voiceover?
Isn't there is there a granddad?
There's a guild master.
You think Stephen Graham might be the guild master?
He could be.
Oh my goodness!
I don't know.
Anthony Hopkins can't play the dad. He's like 90 years old. He's gonna play Tony Collette's husband.
Are they gonna do like are they gonna live action like the game? Like maybe,
who knows? And that's another thing because the thing that the documentary did was it did all these great like in-game kind of recreations of various scenes using machinima and using like WoW graphics. And it's like, is the film gonna do that? Because the documentary kind of already did.
Well, exactly. So are they gonna kind of like live action the game? I'm really curious about their approach to this.
Yeah.
There are also like some other actors here that.
Okay, so who is Charlie Plummer, please? This beautiful long-haired boy.
I'm presuming he's going to play Ibelin.
Well, yeah, exactly. But who is he? Why should I know him?
I don't know him.
Oh, okay.
But he looks lovely.
Because he's the one that I wouldn't have suggested because I don't know who he is.
Yeah,
but I'd have said like Harry Potter or someone like that. I'd have been like, and I mean like Daniel Radcliffe, of course.
50 now.
Yeah, I know. But I'd been like, he still looks young. He's like the youngest actor I know. I don't have TikTok, okay? Like Daniel Radcliffe can play Ibelin. That would be great.
Yeah.
Look, if Anthony Hopkins can play like Ibelin's father and Tony Collette's husband, which you seem to think he is.
Stephen Graham is going to be his father. Tony Collette is going to be his mother. Anthony Hopkins is going to be like a voice. He's going to be some characters. Like I'm
For those of you who don't know, Stephen Graham is a brilliant actor, British actor. He wrote and developed the Adolescence miniseries, which kind of really, really took off last year on the BBC, which was like awesome and incredible. So he's like hot stuff right now. But he's been like a really great working actor for a long time.
Yeah, and, but you're right. He is kind of the UK's dad right now.
Yeah,
everyone
absolutely.
sees him as dad. I haven't seen it yet, but apparently the John Lewis Christmas commercial this year is about like a strained relationship between a father and a son. You know what I mean? And I'm like, oh, why isn't Stephen Graham in it?
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, so this is really exciting. It's I don't know when it's kind of being filmed and going into production.
It doesn't say actually, does it in the article? But like it'll be interesting to see what they do differently to the documentary because the documentary really nailed those Warcraft scenes, and it'd be really interesting to see how they do like what makes this movie not redundant in that sense.
Yeah, exactly.
Really.
How is this not going to be the documentary?
Doc kind of covered it, really, to be honest.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really interested.
Yeah.
I'd like to see them leaning into the times when Ibelin was a bit of a dick. Because it's human, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because the documentary was brilliant and like a little bit syrupy, but in a good way.
Yeah.
And it'd be interesting to see a bit more kind of conflict in that sense.
I feel like it leaned into that. I feel like it leaned into his.
Well, the fact that I know he was a bit of a dick sometimes,
his
they must have done, I guess.
And his relationships and so I'm super curious.
Yeah, no,
Super curious.
it's got a fantastic cast, so I have every faith in it. I love Toni Collette; she can do no wrong in my mind.
She absolutely rules.
Exactly.
And this also gets me thinking regarding BlizzCon. Do you think we're ever gonna get some kind of Warcraft like animated feature? Some kind of like everyone wants like the Netflix style thing, but I don't know.
Do you think they'll like CGI these actors' faces onto WoW characters like in Cats?
No.
I hope not too. Suddenly Idris Elba just rocks up,
No.
but distorted as a WoW character, like, hey, hey, hey! Time is money, friend!
Yeah. I don't.
And then just starts licking his balls. I don't know, like... So it happens in Cats.
Oh, of course they do.
Don't you remember the Cats meltdown?
Yes, I do.
It
I
blocked it from your mind?
I tried to push it from my head, from my brain.
And yeah,
space.
if Evelyn is a success, maybe that can like kind of somehow pave the way for a new stab at the Warcraft movie.
Yeah.
And Anthony Hopkins can play Arthas.
Yeah. And so so this does actually get me thinking about like how kind of the like mainstream media, creative media, is like receiving World of Warcraft and reacting to it. Because when the documentary came out, there are lots of people who I know who know that I play World of Warcraft, but who don't know anything about it, who watched it and were like, this is quite cool. This is quite interesting. So kind of seeing it, and then I'm really curious about like, okay, the writers of this film, like, how much do they know about World of Warcraft? I'm just curious. Or did they just see a story about a kid, with a degenerative disease and, his online life? And like maybe there's just really kind of no relationship to Warcraft there, and they'll just have to consult with a million people.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm
Video games aren't
curious.
always done very well in movies, so I'm excited and cautious. And I was only joking about Sir Anthony Hopkins playing Arthas, because obviously Ian Hemsworth would play Arthas. So
Hey, we've watched 2 episodes.
Don't spoil the joke by expanding on it.
Okay. Fine.
So that's nice, isn't it? Maybe we can talk about some things like actually in the game now.
Yes.
There's loads of stuff about add-ons, and Ian has done some really, really good interviews.
I have not listened to these yet.
They're really great. He's talked to like the bigwigs guys and said some great stuff about no, WoW is not coming to consoles. Which I just feel, not for the first time, I feel very vindicated by Ian Hazakostas right now. It's like, and it does happen, like every single expansion, WoW go, we want to, with the exception of one where they went, we're going to add loads more abilities back into the game. And that was going into Shadowlands, I think, wasn't it? But, most expansions, they go, we just want to trim back. We want to get rid of these redundant buttons. If you're macroing 2 buttons together all the time, they're redundant, right? Or one of them is redundant. And we're just going to trim that down. And that's a conversation that happens every single expansion. And every single expansion, the player base goes, ooh, that means they're getting ready for it to come to consoles. They're cutting down on the buttons. They're trimming it to make it easier to play on a controller. And he's playing on consoles. And it's the same conversation every single time. Ian also said housing wasn't happening. Bitch, he did not. I asked him if housing was happening at the 8.2 summit, the summit where we were revealed, like where the Nazjatar patch was revealed to us.
Yeah.
And I looked him in the eye and I said, Ian, look at me when I'm talking to you, Ian. Thank you. Eyes are up here, mate. Player housing, is it happening? And he looked me in the eye and he said, it is something we are working on. Back then, and God, I've said that so many times, and it took so long to become public that I was beginning to doubt myself. And I was like, did he lie to me?
Did we just have
Did
like a
he
collective
look me in the eye?
hallucination?
No, I never thought I got it wrong. I thought he had lied to me. And I was like, I can't believe Ian just absolutely hung me out to dry by telling me that they were working on housing. And I've been saying it for years now. So no, he did not say housing was not coming. He categorically told me, 8-9 years ago, whatever it was. Yes, we're working on it. So I dispute that claim. But like the whole add-on thing is something that it's kind of pointless to get into at the moment, because it's ever changing. it's fun to keep up with, and the best way of doing that is to follow like the add-on makers themselves, because they're in like the add-on makers Discord. They're the ones having conversations with devs about it, and they're the ones that knows what it takes to make these add-ons as well, right? So basically anyone else is probably going to get it wrong to some extent. Basically, whatever an add-on maker said a couple of weeks ago is likely wrong in some aspects as well, because things are changing about it so much. But the latest is that, I mean, essentially it seems on course to be what their mission statement was. So, it's like they said at the very beginning, this is what we want to achieve by kind of changing the way these add-ons, or the information essentially that these add-ons have access to, and this is what we want to end up. And one of the reasons we've invited a whole ton of add-on makers to the alpha is because we specifically want this to be a conversation throughout the alpha and beta process, and we want to make changes based on that. And that does appear to be what's happening. So that's a good thing, right? Good. But like essentially, where we're at the moment is, I don't want to go on about it, but I said it on stream and everyone said I was an idiot. But we're essentially at the point where if it's shown on the screen by like the base UI, and bear in mind the base UI is going to have a lot more functionality than it currently has in Midnight, then you'll be able to do something with it with add-ons, right? So there's nuances and there's details to that depending on what it is you're trying to do, but essentially Blizz doesn't want there to be computational stuff for add-ons. So like it's like it will show you when a boss ability is coming, but it's not going to let you it's not going to let an add-on, for example, it will change how like that warning can look and stuff, and if there is like sound files associated with it, you might be able to change those sound files for your own spells and stuff like that. But if it's an ability happening, then what you will be able to do is like change how that spell like is warning you, but you won't be able to change the name of it. You won't be able to have a sound thing going 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Or
how am I going to play?
The bomb is on you.
Yeah.
Like you'll be able to have a warning saying like the bomb is coming, but you won't be able to have a warning saying like the bomb is on you. And like the reasoning for that is because they what they're trying to take away is like directions coming from add-ons that aren't, included in the base UI. So it's like, like stop standing there, like go form your groups, stuff like that. Yes. The reasoning being that, they want you to pay attention to it. Just keep talking.
Fair. I totally get that. And is there going to be there's going to be change in audio cues, right? So
well, to a certain degree,
because I don't know about you, but I'm a DBM stan, and I think the thing is, I could do just fine, like without my suite of add-ons, which currently is built around LVUI and DBM and a couple of other things, and it just means that like going into a dungeon that I'm not super familiar with. I get some tips and tricks, right? I get told when to interrupt things. I find that quite convenient and nice. The thing is, I could definitely play without those things.
Maybe. I don't know, man, because like I in my Mythic Plus career, right, the best thing that any add-on can tell me as a healer in Mythic Plus is AoE coming. Like that is a game changer. If you know that there's a group AoE about to happen, like as a healer, just knowing about that 5 or 6 seconds in advance is like the difference between timing a key and not, like throughout a key. So that won't be a thing anymore. But I'll have to learn what the abilities are called.
Yeah.
And I can get warnings about those abilities, but I can't change the name of those abilities to big AoE or something like that. I have to learn that it's called like light bloom fuck you or something like that, right? So
that's all right.
Yeah,
it's just
exactly. And so whether you
learning.
agree with that as a philosophy or not, that's what they're trying to do, and it looks like basically that's what they're going to kind of achieve.
I have a really important question. Does this mean that I'm never going to have to hear the coming from your?
No, no, that's still going to work actually, because for your own casts,
for your own.
Like you're still going to have. I mean, you can use sound cues that Blizz supply to give warnings and notifications about your own casts and your own abilities, but and you can change those sound cues.
Oh, okay.
So like you can add your own custom sound cues. You can add whole voice packs to your own abilities.
Gotcha.
But as far as like raid instructions and things telling you what to do from what's happening in an encounter and stuff like that, that's going to be the stuff that's like severely limited.
Gotcha.
And of course there's like a whole ton more as well, but I feel like that's the most interesting sort of update of where they stand. And so bigwigs they're going to make stuff happen.
Yeah.
And you know, like Elv UI looks like it could probably basically still happen, which is great. So what it comes down to now is like, do those add-on makers want to?
Is it worth it for them?
Yeah. Like, do they want to do it? Like, WeCorers have said they don't want to. I think LVUI have said they don't want to. There was a time when basically the only updates I was getting on add-ons and where we were with add-ons was like maybe slightly passive-aggressive tweets from the WeCorers guys. And I don't blame them.
No, it sucks
by the
when
way.
You're like,
totally.
You know, your whole thing is just up in the air.
It is, with that in mind, it is fun to see add-on makers going, actually, we can make this work. And like, and of course, it's only a very specific type of add-on in question. They just happen to be like incredibly used and lent upon add-ons, right?
And I'm glad that, you know, Ian is having these discussions and Blizz are having these discussions directly with add-on creators. That is good. It's good that they're sharing. I'm so glad that Ian has made his first Reddit post in more than 2 years. I love that this is the headline here.
And I don't think people, I think people are maybe being a bit doomery, maybe, but I don't necessarily blame people, and I think people are kind of overreacting to some stuff, but I don't necessarily blame them. It's like a scary thing. This isn't me sitting here and going, oh, the community needs to man up and blah blah. Like, I understand why people are reacting the way they are.
Absolutely.
There's also a fair bit of old or misinformation around about this too, so I don't blame people for being doomery about it, but I think there's probably slightly less reason to be doomery about it. And you know, people are going, oh, well, you know, they're changing stuff now because we talked about it. It's like, yeah, but that was the whole process. Yeah. Like they said at the very beginning, we were in that kind of like call before the reveal, weren't we? Where they were like, we're inviting like whole ton of add-on makers to this alpha. We specifically want to talk to you about it. We specifically want to make changes and roll things back based on the things you tell us. And like, mad props to the guys that are putting in the time and giving that feedback in a kind of really constructive way and telling Blizz what they need to hear, and you know, they are changing things, which is awesome. And you know what? One great change, which apparently is being clarified, is that you are now, when Midnight goes live, you will not be able to load out-of-date add-ons. Oh, so if an add-on hasn't been specifically updated for Midnight, you won't be able to load it. There'll be no option to like load up outdated add-ons. So the idea being that, you know, it's kind of like a fresh slate, and
they're kind of forcing you to
a little bit. And I actually think that's really good, to be honest. The idea that you know, you're not going to have to be testing add-ons to see if they work or not. It's like, if it hasn't been updated for Midnight, you will not be able to load it. I think that's for the best. Honestly.
I'm glad that someone's gonna like keep me in line. I'm glad that I'm not just gonna run a whole suite of like absolutely dead add-ons like I do all the time.
And someone says in the chat, shocking Tally thinks Blizz will not have a shit UI. Blizz does not have a shit UI. Like, even now, the Blizz UI, really good. I'm sorry, it's really good. Like, I did my no add-on challenge in the first season of The War Within before the cooldown manager was in, before like any of the stuff coming in Midnight was even hinted at, right? And the UI is great. I haven't used anything except, I'm a healer in Raid and Mythic Plus, okay? I haven't used anything except the base Raid frames for like 8 years. And they're really good. Like, they do everything I need them to do. They're like, you know, it's there. And yeah, for my no add-on challenge, it was a bit of a hack job with a lot of things, but the cooldown manager is going to be great in in Midnight. You know, all the other functionality is gonna be really good, and there will still, here's the thing, there will still be add-ons. Like,
they'll be there.
Like 98% of add-ons are still gonna be completely functional. The ones that, you know, aren't gonna be functional, that you currently lean on for Mythic Plus or Raid or whatever, either you'll just have to find a different way of doing it, or and also people forget that what add-ons you need and how reliant you are on add-ons depends as much on encounter design and philosophy as it does on like the UI. Like it's like, yeah, you might not be able to track this kind of thing with your add-on anymore, but like depending on how fights are designed, you might not have to, because that just might not be a thing, because they're designing fights for those things not to be on add-ons anymore. So like it's an ecosystem. It's nothing exists in a vacuum when it comes to this conversation, and I think it's good to bear that in mind as well.
Yeah,
and at the very least, I think it's a good idea to kind of try it before you shit blood.
I think that's.
Do you think that's fair?
I think that's generally an okay mantra.
Yeah, and you know what?
Applicable to like many situations.
If you're still shitting blood, watch a guide video that we'll inevitably put out telling you how to set up your UI in a really good way.
I get it though, because people are resistant to change.
A million percent. I'm so resistant to change.
I've spent such a long time making my LVUI hilariously look as much as the WoW interface as possible, like replacing all of the fonts in LVUI to be the WoW fonts, but just having like a little bit of functionality. But now, knowing that some of those functionalities will be built into the WoW UI, and I'll deal with it. I'll be fine. It'll take me a moment, but I'll be okay.
But the thing I really enjoyed, low key, about my no add-on challenge was how much I was paying attention to voice lines and sound cues and visual cues that through years of playing Mythic Plus with add-ons, I had completely forgotten how to, like that's what the game is, right? And like. There's something really satisfying about hearing a voice line from a boss going, "Now you will be crushed," or some shit like that, and being like, "Oh, I know what ability that means, and I know what to do now," and like that's my cue, and it just feels like it's way more satisfying, you know, like as a video game, it feels more like a video game, and I think a lot of people will be pleasantly surprised.
I hope so. I'm
saying that as someone that's done it.
Okay.
You know, before this conversation was even happening, and I did it in a situation where the UI I was using was like, you know, a fraction of the kind of usability that it's going to be in a midnight. And you know, I'm optimistic. I'm optimistic.
Good. Me too.
You know, I reserve the right to shit on it if it's rubbish, but I'm optimistic.
We all have that right. So what else has been kind of tickling the community over the past
I just want to address something. Someone asked in the chat earlier, and they didn't super chat it, so usually I wouldn't bother answering, but I think it's like worth pointing out. Someone asked if BlizzCon is a safe place for trans people to visit. Oh. And I would say that as much as anywhere is in America right now, absolutely 100% yes. Like, I feel like it's generally a safe space because I think the community in general is a safe space.
Yeah.
And like, you know, I mean, okay, let's not beat around the bush. BlizzCon's gay as fuck, and in a very good way. And you know, one of the reasons that going to BlizzCon is so fun is because it's like, yeah, we're creators, so yeah, we have to criticize the game and we have to point out the things that are bad about the game, and that's kind of our job, right? But there's something so refreshing about being in a space where everyone just wants to enjoy a thing, and everyone just likes a thing, and everyone just wants to talk enthusiastically about a thing. And the same goes for just general acceptance of people, right? It's like you realize that, oh, actually, you know, most people aren't assholes, and most people are not like the things you see online.
No.
Like, most people aren't a Twitter algorithm designed to feed you the worst shit ever in your life. And like, I think it's like pretty nice.
Yeah, it's great. And it is a really nice reminder that, the discourse that you might come across online, like the kind of hatred and toxicity, even just the like challenging moments of like the WoW community, really just being in a space together with people who have chosen to pay, let's be fair, pay quite a big chunk of money to be there, to travel, to just literally spend a weekend like enjoying the thing they like and being around other people who enjoy the thing they like. It's super cool. And yeah, it feels as a result like a really open and accepting space. That cannot necessarily be said about America as a whole. So if you are hesitant to travel there, I totally feel you and understand you. Absolutely. But speaking quite literally about the Anaheim Convention Center and BlizzCon happening there, it always feels like a really safe and welcoming and inclusive space.
Bear in mind, we're saying that as people who are none of those things.
Who are like,
so yeah, it might be better to ask them, really.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's the impression we get.
Exactly. So.
So I thought it was important to address that. Sorry.
Yes.
Also, though, okay, let's talk. I want to talk housing.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, I want to talk housing because obviously being away from the alpha for the past week and a half, one of the most painful things about being away from the alpha was I could not do player housing. I couldn't play with player housing. I couldn't see all the new shit that was happening in player housing. And there have been some big developments in player housing, okay? And I think the biggest development that I've seen, and I've seen this all over the place, and it's been really, really awesome, is there's a room in player housing now where it has a skybox.
Oh, really?
Okay? Yeah. So I don't know if you've seen, but I've been trying to make outdoors spaces in my player housing. For the longest time, and creating kind of skyboxes, sort of with like in-game lighting effects and stuff. But there's a literal room now which, instead of a ceiling, has a skybox, and I think this is like just really, really awesome. And like one of my favorite types of video on YouTube right now is people just doing creative things with housing. I love that this is a thing now. I love that this is a whole genre of WoW video.
It really makes
so
me
those
happy.
of you watching the screen right now, I've got a video by Nyalock on who showcases this skybox pretty well. Because when I saw pictures of it on Twitter, I thought someone had managed to just, maybe using an add-on or something, blow up like an in-game picture, which featured like a skybox much bigger. And use that, but no, it's literally just a skybox. This daytime one unlocks at level 3 on your housing kind of like level up sort of renown tree, which is like, I mean, you'll do that in a couple of days as things stand on the alpha currently. And I think there's one which has like a nighttime one. Like a little bit later on at like 10 or something like that.
Nice.
So everyone's going to have access to this very, very easily. So essentially what it means is you will be able to create outdoor spaces in your player housing.
Yes.
And we're seeing some incredible stuff. Like you know, it always just pays to kind of point out the really cool things that are happening. There's Wowhead draw attention to them in like a regular thing now. Someone created an amazing like Tauren tent. Which is really, really cool. And again, with a little outdoor space where you sort of enter into it. And all of these things just make me really, really happy to see, you know? And there's one which is like just a huge cave. Over
so they've
their
just
house.
put
Yeah, we saw Marvel make one which was just a big tree before by putting a whole bunch of trees together, and just by placing individual rocks and blowing them up and making them big, you can make your house a big cave, and you can live in a cave.
Just
and that's
blend
like
it into the
that's
environment.
that kind of customization
That's
is exactly
brilliant,
what we need, exactly what we're getting. But for me, the skybox in the room, revolutionary, game-changing. I didn't think it would launch with this feature. I thought it'd be something that they added a little bit later on. So I'm just happy, and I need the alpha to be back up again so we can all play this.
Yes,
of course, WoW news
Who
next
needs the
week.
alpha?
Next week is the beta, and everyone who's pre-purchased, make sure you pre-purchase, is going to have access to the beta to get in there and try this themselves.
Yeah, and good news, if you haven't pre-purchased yet and you're holding out, then maybe it is possible that we might be giving something away next week.
Really?
It's entirely likely that there will be a giveaway happening next week.
Sounds like the kind of thing that might happen.
It could
Sounds
very
like the
well
kind of
happen.
thing we would do.
Yes.
Doesn't it?
It does, doesn't it? So if you pre-purchase is it the Epic Edition and above, or just pre-purchase the game?
I think I'm not sure which version it is. So
So you will get beta access, and beta access goes live on the 11th. That is so soon. That's 5 days away. Oh my God. Oh no.
Is that why I can't get onto alpha right now? and they're just burning it down. It's like, you don't need this anymore.
Yeah, so it is epic. You do have to get the spendy one. But
it is just Epic Edition apparently. So
yes, it is Epic Edition,
sorry about that, everyone.
but
anyone who's pre-purchased any level, I think, gets early access to housing when it goes live in the patch, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But
That's
also,
December the 2nd.
And all the stuff on beta, I'm really excited to see where housing is. There's you'll be able to test storylines. It's going to be pretty fully fleshed out. There's also
Mostly
something.
will be there, yeah.
There's also something. This is something. Sorry, I'm just gonna have
just while you're switching, I'll just
have
change
a
it to a
look
different
through
screen
here,
while you're doing that.
because something came up in the list of things that are on the beta, which made me go, huh?
Really?
Because I was like, what is that? Let's see. Let me just find the article here about beta.
I'm like really excited for even more people to get onto the beta and try player housing
Absolutely.
stuff. Because it's such like a community thing. It's
Yes.
like such a community effort. Someone is always coming up with something new and exciting, and it's one of those things where, you know, the more people you put into that space and into that sandbox, the more amazing things are going to be created. I love it. It's like it's already fulfilling a role in like the game and the community that I hoped it would, and that's awesome. I think that's just great. It's fantastic to see.
Yeah. So we've got a list of all the stuff that's coming through on the beta. Obviously, the hubs, the zones, leveling, the introduction, Harroneer, Demon Hunter, Void Elf Demon Hunter, Air Tours Journey, New Elves, Prey, Argentina, New Activities, Journeys. This is a word that I haven't heard before. Engage with World of Warcraft content in a meaningful way, thanks to a brand new feature tab in their adventure guide, Journeys, with a significant update to how you track your in-game progress. Now, I know this is just something in the feature tab, but to me, this literally sounds like a kind of, maybe they're like thematic, like maybe they're like based on, you know, overarching stories in the game. Like maybe, you know, thinking about like lore walking and stuff. Is this related somehow? Like our journeys I only like this popped up and I was like, I don't remember anyone talking about what journeys are. So I'm just curious about this. This could be as simple as like, it's just a feature tab which categorizes thing and makes it easier for you. But for me, I'm like, oh, what if it's actually like...
It is in the alpha right now, apparently.
Is it Journeys?
Yeah.
Oh. Well,
not for me because I can't access it. Can't get into alpha right now. Maybe my access got revoked. But I'll check out. Like I say, been away for last week. But yeah, so I'm assuming it's just like, you know, quest lines that lead to things.
Yeah, presumably.
And you get to go back to the genesis of it and stuff like that. And
any kind of more like storytelling and like streamlining of how to do things like in game, I'm completely happy with.
Yeah, my understanding is you will have to own
okay.
the Midnight expansion to engage with housing. It's a Midnight feature. And if you don't own the Midnight expansion when Midnight goes live,
yes.
you won't be able to access it. You can access it at like level 10 or whatever.
You can visit other people's homes.
Oh, really?
You will be able to actually access houses, but you won't be able to build or make anything of your own. That's my understanding.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, it's a shame in it, but there we are.
Okay, journeys are not nearly as exciting as I thought they were. That's what I get for not being on the alpha for a week. But so yeah, next week
it's just
beta goes live.
new UI elements,
New UI.
basically, is
Great.
it? Okay,
Good.
sounds good. I'm glad that you brought it up, though. I think that's fantastic.
Endeavors will be coming.
Oh, Endeavors are going to be
That
in
is
there.
something I'm really keen to get a
I'm
test.
really keen
just
to
to
see
see how much time they take, how in depth they are. You know, if I get my whole neighborhood working on one, will that speed things up? Will I be punished for just focusing on something while other people don't? Like, I'm really curious to see.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very passive, if I'm completely honest with you, but I can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
And as you'd hope, really.
Yeah.
And the Prey system's going to be in there. I don't know if that's in the current alpha, like I say, I'm a week behind. And that's exciting, really, looking forward to seeing how that works. Hopefully it will basically just be like Delves, where like the underpin comes in and kicks your ass for a bit. And leaves some treasure.
Love it.
And all the new Delves will be in there, or lots of them. It seems like every zone, all the zone storylines will be in there. Playable Harroneer will be in there.
Brilliant.
Obviously the Demon Hunter Devourer specialization will be in there.
Yeah, that's
it
all
looks
just
like
in week
pretty
one.
much, all of the like zone activities, the equivalent of like the theater event and Rage Against the Machine and stuff like that.
Rage Against the Machine.
Will all be in there. Talent updates is obviously going to be a massive one. So looking forward to starting to make videos about that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I basically you can get a good idea of what the beginning of the expansion is looking like.
Wait, weeks 2 to 3. Scroll down a little bit. Housing Night Elf and Blood Elf exterior decor in week 2.
Yes,
finally,
last.
Finally, I'm so excited to see because I love the kind of default like cozy home style looks you get right now. Please give me more elven exterior decor. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, please. Yes,
Thank
absolutely.
you.
Awesome. Well, I mean, like lots to be excited about there. For sure. Let's move on to news that caught my eye while we were away.
Yes.
Which is, well, for one thing, data mining implies, say Wowhead, a Brutosaur mount may be returning to the in-game store.
Thank God, because I missed out on both of them.
I told you to get it. I told you to buy it. I was like, put it on the company. I'm buying it.
I didn't. I did. Wait, you have both of them, don't you? Yeah. And so, I didn't do the grind for the 5 million gold one.
I don't blame you for
And to be honest, I literally just forgot to buy the other one. And then it was gone. And I was like, oh, shit. I'm just going to. But because, it's WoW and it's Blizz, I had a feeling. It's like I knew that it was going to come back just for me.
Yeah, you reckon?
And everyone else who missed out.
Well,
is it going to be more expensive? This is the thing.
Is it going to be more expensive than $90?
I mean, that would make me feel
That's in the
bad.
US. That's like 5,000 Australian dollars. Like Australian people right now, like actually nervous, like butterflies in their stomach, looking at their bank accounts, going, "Do I have 5,000 Australian dollars to pay for this? I really want it, right? Yeah, exactly. $5 million bucks, right? And like, here's the question: you want to be buying it? Will it be the same Brutosaur that was on sale last time for $90? Will it be B?
It's not going to be B.
The Brutosaur that was 5 million gold.
They're not going to bring that.
The less useful one, but which has a bit more street cred.
More cachet, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Will it be a recolor of the shop Brutosaur?
Yes.
That's what you reckon. That's the most likely one. Or, hear me out.
Okay.
Will it be a Brutosaur functioning mount using one of the assets from Midnight? Namely, the big flat-headed fungal Brutosaur that you see in the Haranir zone Harandar.
No.
Because you go down to Harandar. Wait a minute.
No way.
Like, I look,
absolutely
hey,
not.
you know
Listen,
what?
I love that. I love that model, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
And it's perfect. However, I don't want to write.
This guy, seeing it on screen now. So you go to Harandar, okay, and there are big fungal dinosaurs, okay? And, there's...
No.
I'm not even joking. They're huge. You go to Harandar, right? And these guys, they walk around. I genuinely did like a Jurassic Park double take. I was like...
They're big, aren't they? They're big, aren't they?
It's like someone turned my head around like this.
Yeah.
And they don't walk in herds. They're quite individual, actually. But, it's like, yeah, wow, this is pretty amazing.
Do they have eyes or mouths?
I mean... They've got big mushrooms for heads. So, isn't that enough?
It is. But
Isn't that enough? And, you put like a little kind of vendor on here with a mailbox and with an auction house and stuff like that. And look, they put a recolor of the Brutosaur on the shop. I'm not paying $90 for it.
Oh, no, actually, I take it back.
They put that on there.
Yeah.
I'm paying $90 for it.
You know what? You're right. I take it back. It can't be a recolor because then people will feel compelled to buy the recolor and they're going to be extremely angry.
Well, I think most people won't bother to buy the recolor, but...
No, but I mean, if you had bought the previous one, there's going to be recolor and they're going for mountain collectors. They're going to be like, I need that.
So yeah, I think it's probably going to be a new model. Now, I know Wowhead point out in the article
what do they
that
say in here?
the name, the file name, was interface shop is the file path, and then catalog shop wide card Brutosaur comeback row. They know it's going to cause a row. That's good, isn't it? So like Brutosaur comeback makes it sound like it might be an old model or a recolor, and that's fine. That's great. I think the best thing, if it's a choice between a recolor and the Brutosaur they've already had on the shop, the best thing to do would be to put the Brutosaur that's already been on the shop.
Yes.
Like, it's going to cause the least controversy.
Agreed.
Like, I don't think, many people would bother buying a recolor if they bought the other one in the first place. So it's not going to make that much money anyway. They might as well just keep some goodwill and use the same Brutosaur model again. But I'm telling you right now, Blizz, you put big Fungosaur up there, okay?
Is that what we're
Fungal
calling him?
Strider is what he's called, but
Fungal
he'll always be the
Strider.
Fungosaur to me.
Fungosaur.
You put the Fungosaur up there, and I'll pay another $90 for it. I don't even care. My kids don't even like need very good Christmas presents. They're still pretty young. Like, you know, like a new teddy will be absolutely... When they see the Fungosaur that I spent their Christmas money on...
You did the right thing, Dad.
Fine. They'll be like, do you know what, Dad? That is pretty fucking cool. Fair play.
Actually, like, good job.
And I'll be like, Annie, stop swearing, but you are right. And so that's all I'm saying. My vote is for the Fungosaur in Blizz HQ now, where they have not thought of this at all. There's a scramble going on. They're like, shit, why didn't we think of the Fungosaur?
Put a harness on that guy. Get a saddle on that big boy.
It's just like Christmas and birthday combined. Yeah, Fungosaur or bust, exactly. Put it up there, Blizz, and I will buy it. I'll fucking buy it. I'll spend $90 on a mount that I do not need if it's a Fungosaur. Simple as that.
It's a shame because I think it's just going to be the Brutosaur, the auction mount that came back last time, the black one with the like big gold armor. I just want a more sleek Brutosaur. I want one without like big cloth harnesses.
Yeah, I'm Fungosaur or bust at this point. I believe the correct, the actual descriptive scientific name of it is Fungosaurus Shoppus exploitus.
Sounds like a disease.
Well, Fungosaur does sound like a bit of a disease, yeah. So there's that. Maybe not the most sellable name. I grant you that. Okay, but there's that. And the other thing I wanted to point out, which is again money based, and this has kind of been cleared up, but there was a moment where it appeared last week while we were away, where my entire world collapsed, and you know, it was just a horrible moment where they data mined this new currency called Hearthsteel.
I hate it. I hate it already.
It's got icons, and the icons are the most like mobile game like currency
stacks of coins,
dog shit you've ever seen in your entire life, right? And it comes in bundles and stuff like that.
Look at the big cauldron of it. Look at the big chest of
disgusting. Isn't it the worst shit you've ever seen?
And
it is specifically a currency for housing items, we understand.
Yes.
And so there was a moment where, you know, and these icons scream in-game currency, as in, you know, you can no longer buy stuff from the shop with cash. You have to buy the in-game currency, and you'll always have to buy just a little bit more than you need.
Well, that's the thing,
you know, all that stuff, and like it's like objectively worse and more exploitative than just cash shop transactions, which is why games companies do it. And it's disgusting. It's horrible. No one should buy them if they're on the shop. But I mean, if you want to buy stuff that's on the shop, and that's how they're doing it now, that's what you have to do. It would have implications for how the WoW token works and how you buy like real money items with in-game gold, which is in a really sweet spot, and I think that's terrific and really consumer friendly. All in all, if it was going to turn out to be a store currency, that would just be bad. And I said as much in fewer words on Twitter and social medias. After I had a night to kind of cool down and think about it and analyze it, it's far more likely, I think, and I reserve the right to be angry about if it turns out to be a shit thing, obviously. Sure. Looking at it objectively, it's far more likely to be the housing decor item equivalent of traders' tenders. Okay. You know, as in, like, maybe it's a currency given from endeavors to, or maybe it's given straight up alongside trader tenders with your traveler's log. I think it's more likely to be connected to endeavors and that kind of progress sort of track. Yeah. And it will be for buying decor items from the trading post, so that, because it's something we talked about quite a lot in the last year, really, was like, how are they going to do that? Because, you know, we know they are going to be putting housing stuff on the trading post. Like, is that going to mean we just need loads more tendies? Because it's like, well, suddenly I've got loads more things I have to buy from the trading post every month. And, you know, it's kind of like obligatory stuff if you're a house collector. It's like, you know, and we don't know when it's coming back and stuff like that. So if there's a separate currency specifically for housing stuff from the trading post, that makes sense to me, and that like, and you know, like they did with traders' tenders when those were introduced, they had a whole bunch of.
Did they have cauldrons and treasure chests of them?
No, I was.
They had like small bits of them, right?
They did. They had different piles.
They had little piles
in preparation for when they gave them away with like things like expansions and stuff like that on the shop. So it is possible, maybe, that they're planning that you can buy these on the store.
Yeah.
but I think it is likely to just remain a housing currency rather than like a catch-all in-game currency. These icons definitely suggest to me that they are planning to sell them on the store, which sucks.
Yeah.
I'm holding out hope that it's a best case scenario right now,
Like-
that it is literally just in-game rewards like trade, like if it's the equivalent of traders tendies and like it matches up in every way pretty much, then that's cool and that's awesome. And if these icons have been created for a future where, you know, they're going to be, I dare say you'll get some retroactively with your midnight pre-purchase and stuff like that. Then that would be interesting. That would be good. That would be cool, in fact.
That would be fine.
What no one wants to see is an store currency.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm the cauldron and like the treasure chest heaving with coins.
Oh, I agree. Yeah.
Make me feel uneasy when I look at them.
Yeah.
I can't even really pinpoint it. I'm just like,
Yeah, and that did not happen with tendies.
No, so I'm just
exactly.
like, don't like this.
So and they did fully intend, I'm pretty sure, selling tendies on the shop when they first intended. We fully intended to sell these things on the store when they first created them, and they backed down on that. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what's going on with it. I'm gonna remain until we know the specifics of it. My rage will remain non-specific.
Just keep
and
it gentle simmer.
No point getting angry over nothing right now. Like you know, Blizz know that we're gonna hate that. We don't have to tell them that.
Yeah.
They know we're gonna fucking hate that. So I'm gonna remain cautiously optimistic that it's just like the housing version of tendies.
Yeah, we can dream.
Yeah. What odds will you give me on that?
I don't like all this talk of like money and coins and odds. It's just so against my nature.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel good.
No,
I don't love it.
Of course, just what the game needs is more currencies, right? You know, every day I wake up and I'm like, the game would be good if it just had more currencies.
Yeah.
Dead game. Save it with more currencies.
Speaking of currencies, what did you spend your tendies on this month?
I spent quite a. People told me that
Did you?
People told me that it was rubbish trading post this month. And the difference between you and me is you go and see what all the things on the trading post are in Wowhead, and I go in game and see what the trading post things are. So I often think it's much better than you do.
Okay.
I'm just saying, you often
get it like direct from the source.
Yeah, well, you see it in game on your character, and it does look better.
Yeah.
Like than seeing
the
it.
little bread roll.
Seeing it in like 4 different pictures from different angles in Wowhead, it's gonna like naturally. Yeah, the baguette is brilliant.
The baguette is cute.
I bought the turkey, even though it's also the Traveler's Log. So I had like 4,000 tendies. I haven't bought much for the last couple of months. So I was ready to splurge. And the thing is, there aren't many big purchases on there. There's like one mount, there's like one armor set, but essentially everything is like 60 tendies. You know, between 60 and 150 tendies. They're all like little transactions,
bits, yeah.
microtransactions, one might call. So I went on there and I bought. I loved all the food shit. I thought the food shit was brilliant.
Oh, like corn?
Yeah, I didn't buy that, but I did buy the baguette, obviously, for my Claire Obscure cosplays in game. I did buy. Well, I bought the yellow rain mac for a start.
That's iconic.
A number one iconic purchase,
right? Yeah.
To go alongside my red one.
Are you gonna wear that when you're out like gardening around your house?
I wear my trackies.
Oh, okay.
So, well, if it's raining, maybe. And I bought like all the shields that look like cooking pots and stuff like that.
Cute.
All the back
Spoons.
pieces that look like have big forks on them and like have like a little bakery on them and stuff like that. I bought the apron. I bought all the food shit. I love that. I just thought it was so good. I bought the big like sword, the 2-handed sword. That was really cool.
Good.
So yeah, and you know what? I spent a couple of thousand tendies, but I still have a couple of thousand left, so I'm not bothered.
Hey, good for you.
You know, yeah, exactly. And I felt pretty good. And I was like, one day I'm going to create a gnome who I'm going to call like a halfling, like a Warhammer halfling. And they're going to be very food themed. And it's going to be really cool. And I'm going to look forward to that. And I'll be happy that I bought all of this food stuff now. And the turkey is brilliant, apart from the fact it doesn't fucking fly.
Because turkeys do fly, kind of.
We had this conversation
They
earlier.
kind of like flutter, like chickens.
You were disgusted when I told you that the turkey didn't fly.
Yeah.
And you were like, yeah, those are your exact words. You said, but turkeys do kind of fly. And I was like, well, yeah, this one does kind of fly.
Yeah.
It jumps.
Kind of flaps around a little bit. Oh gosh, it's November. That's insane.
Yeah,
it's
I
Thanksgiving
know.
month.
Oh, it sucks, doesn't
I
it?
haven't even started. Oh.
Yeah, like life sucks.
Oh, it's so no, it doesn't. It just goes by so fast. It's outrageous.
I know, but before you know it, we will be playing Midnight. Midnight will be launching like any minute now. You know that after Christmas, we won't even be done with our little Christmas break before we start getting emails from Blizz like, "Hey, we're doing this thing, and then will you join us for this?" And like, like, yay, like what privilege, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, it's going to be full steam ahead.
I know.
It's going to be like awesome.
And basically, November and December blend together. It's like the last 2 months of the
not this
year.
year because December player housing goes live.
Oh my
so
God.
December very, very much earmarked this year.
Lord.
Like December very much like changing the game, and it's going to be the big collectathon where everyone goes out and gets all the stuff they need and does all the old or does it it's gonna be craft-tastic.
Yes.
It's gonna be like people going around, people like Elwyn Forest is going to be full of people getting lumber.
Getting wood.
Yeah, it's like the easiest place to just go to get a whole ton of lumber. You just go to Stormwind if you're Alliance.
Well, you have to get
Elwyn
certain
Forest,
types of lumber, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lumber based on
it
location
is
and
location-specific lumber as well. So people will be going to all these old world locations to get their lumber. They're going to be getting materials. They're going to be crafting stuff. They're going to be doing old achievements. There'll probably be groups on Group Finder doing old achievements and stuff like that. Some of the best stuff comes from completing order hall campaigns in Legion. Very cool, like class-specific stuff comes from that. Obviously, the meta achievements for each expansion that have them give some really good stuff as well.
When am I supposed to do all this gameplay?
Well, it is your job.
I know, but like I actually kind of, having not played Remix for a week after playing it like every day constantly, I was like, okay, I think maybe I can step back now. Like maybe it's okay if I stop for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh no, it's like we're in Legionfall now. All the like new mounts and stuff and have unlocked. I'm like, oh God, I'm gonna have to go back, aren't I? And like you say, I'm gonna have to go back. I'm gonna have to get all like the housing. Oh God, there's no stopping it.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but last time I checked the alpha, which granted was a week and a half ago because we've been away, it was set up so you make your own dies. You don't have to go out and buy dies. Everyone has access to a table where you make your own dies. In hindsight, that could just be because I'm an inscriber. But I'm sure chat will correct me here, but I think everyone can make their own dies, but you will still need the herbs from each expansion to make them. It's usually 10 of each herb that you need to kind of do that. So, and also, we're not going away for Christmas this year.
No, we're not.
We're actually, for the first time in living memory, we're here for Christmas and New Year. First time since we met, pretty much, actually. Like for both Christmas and New Year, we will be here.
Yeah.
And so, like, it's the first time in the history of this channel where we won't have to take an extended break over Christmas.
Amazing.
And we can continue working, which will be, for me, like, really exciting. I'm very much excited about that.
Super fun. We're gonna hang out with the kids at like home and do little things, but we will be.
Oh, it's because I have Inscription and Alchemy. Yeah, I mean that's why I had access to that table.
Yeah,
that makes sense now. I think about it.
Yeah.
You can't make dyes. You're gonna have to hire me to make your dyes, but you can send me the ingredients, right? So I'm gonna need them herbs, man. I'm not going to get them.
Oh.
You're getting charged way over market prices for those if I have to supply them. Well, yeah, just another reason why being an alchemist and a scriber is the best combo.
Well done.
Make your staff, and alchemy lets you have all your potions.
Wait, do you call yourself an inscriber or just a scribe?
I just say I have inscription.
Just bypass that question entirely.
But alchemy is the one profession I make sure to always have on my alts as well, because it just makes your potions last twice as long. It's great.
Exactly.
It's really good. Yeah, I'm an inscriberist. Aren't you?
Yes.
So yeah. Anyway, I'm willing to believe that this will be all right. This currency thing. But yeah, now it's all about looking forward. It's all about looking forward to I think beta is going to be a really fun time. I always love beta when that goes live. But
does that mean we can start making our classes ranked videos too?
Yeah, absolutely. You better believe it. I believe that like Belilai, I saw in his tweet today that he's already written all his videos about class changes and they're recording them now before the beta comes out.
Wow. Well, you know what he's going to do then? He's just going to make another one.
Yeah. I wish I had a team. Can we get a team just to write the same video over and over? That'd be brilliant. I'm joking. All our videos are the same video over and over.
Hey, are we doing a weekly reset?
Yeah, we'll do a weekly reset.
Yeah, let's do it.
Where basically we'll just go over all the stuff we've just done now,
exactly.
but in a scripted way with funnier jokes. As always, it'll be fantastic. Should we go and do some super thanks?
Super thanks? I like
super
that.
chats.
I like that. Super thanks is a nice way of putting it.
Yeah.
Yes, let's
Yeah,
see.
we got a few. Let's have a look.
Thank you guys for super chatting today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you to
We love
the
that.
YouTube crew for super chatting.
Yes.
Thank you to any of the Twitch crew that have like subbed and stuff while we've been doing this as well. We see you, fam.
We see
love
you.
you for it. We appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you for everyone who's joining in with the Twitch chat.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Right, so go back to super chats, please.
Yes.
So you can read them. Thank you. There we go. Rico, thank you so much. Hey, Tally, Effie Smash. I feel like I need to make an emote for that. This is your friendly super chat reminder. Cheers and love. Did you try to chew on that Oreo cookie?
No.
I was tempted.
Dude, it's covered in very toxic looking like snow stuff, right?
Yeah.
And it was nestled in amongst a bunch
It
of kind of
is.
like gel type like ice crystals, which
It is very
again
forbidden Oreo.
don't look particularly healthy for human consumption.
Oh, I wonder if...
Really?
Oh, I need to take a closer look at all these numbers.
Oh,
Wait,
really?
North?
Isn't it
Oh, wait.
that
North?
my favorite number, North.
I bet these are the coordinates for Anaheim.
Oh, you reckon?
West 117.92.
That would be, yeah.
And
okay.
north 38. Oh, I'm gonna have to have a look. That must be the coordinates for Anaheim. And just let me just parse this. So north is World of Warcraft. East, where the sun rises, is StarCraft.
Oh, it's sun rising on a new StarCraft game.
Sun
you mean?
rising on a new
Yeah,
StarCraft.
of course, definitely. That's 100% what that means.
West is Diablo because it's dark. I don't know. And then south is Overwatch.
Because
It's
numbers
just at
going
the
down all
bottom.
the time. Yeah.
Okay, I think I figured it out. The Forbidden Oreo.
Dude, I'm betting on it right now. Like
does look-
StarCraft extraction shooter.
It does look like an Oreo, and it
A
does
million
look
percent.
like maybe it was supposed to be. Anyway,
I don't think it lights up if that's what you're
no, I
getting
thought
at.
it was just supposed to be magnetized. And
Well, it was supposed to be magnetized in the bottom there, but I don't know. Anyway, it's a beautiful thing. Thank you, Blizz, for sending it to us. I'm not going to put this magnet near my microphone.
33.
But,
You're
thank
right.
you.
Yes, those are the Anaheim Convention Center coordinates.
They are.
That's
You were
quite-
right. Well done. Good work, Holmes.
I used my brain.
You couldn't be bothered actually doing the thing. You just said it out loud and
I
someone
saw
else
some
wrote it out for you.
numbers on a compass,
Yeah, exactly.
and
Your theory was correct.
Thank you. Thanks, Rico, for that super chat. Jeremy Kramer, thank you so much. Any updates, ideas, or plans on a TNE community neighborhood for fans?
Ooh.
Yes, EU and or NA. Definitely. I think our plan, which has not been formalized yet, is that we're going to have a Horde neighborhood. TNE community neighborhood, Horde side. Have not made any details about it yet, but we'll keep you updated on the Discord and elsewhere, Patreon.
And I think the best thing to do is if what we'll do is we'll have a special channel in our Discord where patrons can put their like character name with their server, and we can just add those characters to our guild, and then they will just have access to our guild neighborhood.
Yeah.
That feels like, and we'll have that ready to go on day one. We'll make it like the first thing that we do
For sure.
I mean, yeah, we're gonna have to get on it because that's December 2nd, right? We'll get up early and we'll do it.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, like so if it will be Horde in NA and it will be Alliance. No, it will be Horde in EU and it'll be Alliance in NA.
Okay, so we'll have one in each.
Yeah. So like my Immortalis, the guild that I'm in, is gonna have an Alliance neighborhood, right?
Yes.
So it has to be a Horde one on EU.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I can't be in it. And I want to be in it. And so yeah. It'll that's how
That's
it's
the
gonna
plan.
work.
We will keep you posted.
Definitely.
Thank you, Jeremy. Next one is from Andrea Mondello. Thank you for the super chat. Just a lovely little super chat. there.
Less a super chat, more a super nod.
Just a super. Sixton, thank you so much. Lovely to see you. Just wanted to drop a super chat. No question. Aw, that's so nice.
Thank you very much.
Sixton.
That's the easiest
buddy.
type of super chat.
Yeah. Next one is up from the Moz Art Groupie. A prediction for that second realistic cinematic will get closer to release. What or who will we see? Heronir again or no?
It's interesting actually because like a lot of the storyline on the alpha, I'm trying not to give away anything major.
Yeah.
But a lot of the storyline, it's not as void themed as you might expect. There's like another antagonistic force kind of creeping in already. You could argue two actually because it's quite clear. I won't mention it now, but we've got lots of videos on it on our channel. We've talked about it here as well. It's quite clear where we're going for 12.1, the first major patch. It's been clear since one of the zones went live on the alpha, and you got to play through the story of it. And some data mining since then has confirmed that it's basically happening, right? So it's again not maybe what you have expected, not the natural progression point that you might have expected. Like it's not. What I guess what you could say is it doesn't have quite the clarity of vision that maybe Legion does in that sense. Of it's like all Legion all the time. I know you got some Trial of Valor stuff in there and what have you as well, but it was mostly like it's all Legion all the time. That's what it is. And Midnight doesn't look to be as all void all the time as Legion was with their antagonists. So maybe the kind of the second realistic cinematic, which has kind of settled into in the last couple of expansions, last 3 expansions now. It's tended to be more of a sizzle reel kind of thing. You know, with Shadowlands, you had all like the Eternal Ones just doing their thing. In Dragonflight, you had that really cool like dragon riding, which I loved with the Tuskar. We've heard that certain devs fought very hard for to keep in the cinematic, knowing that I personally would like it, which I thank them for, and I will always be forever thankful. I believe it's been relayed to me that they were talking about cutting the Tuskar at the beginning of that cinematic, and the literal words were said, but Tally would be so sad. And I respect that, and I'm forever thankful of that. Thank you. Yep. And it was the right decision, objectively, because the Tuskar's awesome in that cinematic. Yeah. So, brilliant. What a lovely big Tusky boy he is. And then in War Within, you had like look, it's the Haranir. Hope you enjoyed them. That's it.
See you later.
Yeah.
We'll see them.
And then and you had like Farron being there, making everyone upset with the color of her skin. Let's muck around. And like the really like cool drum music, like as like the airship went into like the big web and stuff like that. Really cool. So it's and the dwarf pulling on the big chain, which isn't in the game at all, but I love it. Are there dwarfs pulling on big chains in the game? Have I just completely missed them? I was looking out for them, all right.
Yeah. Are they in...
Anyway, he looks cool pulling his big chain. Yeah, and I love that for him. Long may he pull that chain. So I think, if they continue what they've done for the last 3 expansions, it doesn't mean they have to, right? But that second realistic one is usually a sizzle reel. And maybe there'll be some sizzly stuff in there that you're not expecting, just based on the questing so far.
Sizzly.
So I wouldn't mind betting that you see some kind of like Army of the Light guys in there. Maybe even a glimpse of, we've got a model for Lorthamar and for what's her face now, so Liadrin. So maybe they'll appear in it as well. I'm still holding out for Tyrallion.
Me too.
That's my big one.
Beautiful high-res face.
Yes, please. That'd be really, really good.
Yeah.
Here's hoping.
Fingers crossed. Thank you, the Mozart groupie. Next one is from John Lloyd. Thank you for your very generous super chat. Tuned in late, so apologies if you've already answered. 1, are you guys doing BlizzCon? Yes.
Well, assuming that we get invited.
Yeah, assuming that these tickets we're giving away aren't actually ours. That's the plan.
It's been hinted that we might get invited, as usual.
Suggested.
Which would be nice.
Listen, I opened a box and there was a letter in there that said, you were invited to BlizzCon. So I'm hoping those things align and mean something. Do
you think we're just going to turn around to Blizz and go, so are you taking us to BlizzCon? They're like, no, you're invited.
No, you're invited.
You can come. You're not banned, is what that means.
I've invited you to my party, but you have to get there. I'm not flying you to I'm not getting you to my party. You gotta get here, okay?
It would be fair, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna give ours away as well.
We are giving ours away.
We're not very good with the internet, so we have to give ourselves a good hour to set up the giveaway on Twitch, and then we'll do it. So we are giving away those tickets tomorrow on stream on Twitch. Be there.
Join us. Next point 2. I've been stuck on the YouTube short that Blizz put up during Gamescom with the Xbox logo at the beginning and the end. Thoughts on that? I think that was just branding, and I think my understanding is that there's been a bit of it's been visible, a bit of kind of a comms and marketing, not a shakeup, but like a switch around.
Well, that's been obvious just from Twitter, isn't it?
Yeah. In Blizz and for World of Warcraft, Blizzard in general, there's just been, it's been a shift in how I think posts have been going out, things that have been posted. I think this is just all part of the... Yeah, I'm not reading into it too deeply. I'm reading it as this is Activision Blizzard. It's branded. Also, Gamescom. I think there are rules about how organizations and companies present there, what they can do, what they have to put on their stages, what they have to put on their signage. So I think that was all part of that. I don't know. That's my thinking. It could be something more nefarious, but I think
you're right. I agree with you.
That's what
Can't
I'm
wait to be
inclined to
proven
believe.
wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, John. Next one, the Star Squid. Thank you so much. Super underrated feature I am looking forward to is how the new player experience blends into the story of Dragonflight, as well as having the entire expansion plot play out. Still hope for an expanded Chromie time, though.
Yeah. So something that isn't on the list of stuff that's in the beta is the new catch-up experience in terms of like the War Within catch-up experience.
Mm-hmm.
That should be a 11.27 feature, as I understand it. But this idea that, level 10 players, when they leave Exile's Reach, will be flown straight to Dragonflight and quest through there. And the idea is that there will be versions of the raids for you to do in Dragonflight now, like with the story mode in the War Within with those boss fights and stuff. So you get the entire story experience of Dragonflight in a kind of a curated form, like a path of a curator sort of thing. And then the last 10 levels to catch up will be, so from 70, are we 80 now? Yeah, from 70 to 80 will be it was described as a couple of hours or a few hours of War Within catch up roundup, where very whistle-stop tour through 10 levels of leveling and a curated version of the War Within campaign, likewise doing boss fights, which I guess would just be the standard story mode things that were already in the game, right? And ending with you ready to go into midnight content at the appropriate level, having caught up on the story. Very, very cool, if you ask me.
Yeah.
And like low-key, one of the most significant new features in the game, and something I've been banging that drum for so long.
Yes, you
and
have.
I'm very, very pleased to see this first step on that road to kind of making it happen. I really hope it's good. I've been waiting to test it for ages, and I'm hoping that. I'm not sure if we're going to get a chance really, but when that's in the game, I can't wait to do it. I can't wait to have a look.
Absolutely. And like kind of new player experiences. Don't forget, we are always getting new players, right? Like tons of people are always playing
You'd be
WoW.
surprised,
They're joining.
honestly.
I am always surprised. So I'm really glad that they're working on that, and just creating kind of like more cohesive game experience for people jumping in or dipping their toes in. It's a win for everyone.
Yeah, absolutely.
So looking forward to that too. I sell cabbages. Sending love. I promise I'll watch an episode live soon. Life is just busy, but best wishes. You both always brighten my day. Oh, thanks,
Cabbages. Thank you, Cabbages. You're probably not here, so you're not hearing this, but sending out vibes across the universe so you get it, mate.
Yeah,
Thank you. Cheers, dude.
Cheers. Orion's Onions. Thank you so much for the super chat. If Hearthsteel lets me buy an Arkandor, well, might fund Blizzard Christmas bonuses. I mean, there is, I think, like an Arkandor model in housing right now, and it is beautiful. I don't know how big it is, but I like, oh my god, yeah, any like Nightborn, glowing, beautiful, like arcane stuff, same. I'm just gonna be like throwing my Hearthsteel. Oh, why is it called Hearthsteel?
Shit.
It's I don't like steel as a currency. Steel is not like a gentle currency. It's like a clanky currency. Do you know what I mean? It should be called like Hearth. I get why it has to start with sta. It has to start with sta, so it's like Hearth stubs. Hearth stubs, like little ticket stubs.
Oh, the word stub. It's like, I don't like the word steel. I don't like I don't like how it sounds. Trust me, guys. Hearth chubbies. That's what we call this. Hearth nubs.
Hearth nubs is adorable.
Hearth nubs, okay?
Hearth nubs.
People will go wild for hearth nubs.
What about hearth stuff?
Hearth stuff. Brilliant. Perfect. Yeah.
What about hearth stools? And they're like little toadstools.
Hearth shiz.
Yeah. What if the currency just isn't actual coins? Like if they make it literally anything but actual like gold coins, I feel like psychologically people would be like, okay, like what if you have to spend, like 20 hearth cookies or like 20 hearth
cookies?
No.
I just don't think you've thought this through.
No, but like like hearth.
I
just
actually
like
genuinely,
little...
I think the best name, if you don't like Hearthsteel, and I don't blame you, sounds shit. Although maybe you're just associating that name with the horrible like icons.
I think I am. Yeah.
I think the best term would be Hearthsticks. STIX.
I don't know how I feel.
Oh, it sounds a bit like dicks, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, forget that. No, sorry, forget that. Sounds a bit like dicks. Stick, sticky. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, totally. Sorry.
Anyway,
everyone.
I
didn't think that one through. Sorry.
Next one is up from 100% Not Thundas. Thank you, friend or not friend. Lovely to see you. Good morning, T&E from the Mrs. and I. Just wanted to say BlizzCon hype and can't wait to say hello and cheers an adult beverage or two. Oh, my goodness.
Yes, please.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. I cannot wait. And also, I'll obviously part of doing like a weekly reset live is like a patron meetup always. I mean, we're always looking to meet up with like literally everyone that wants it or wills it.
And sometimes if they don't want it, whether you like it or not,
you're gonna meet
there's gonna be a meetup.
Yeah, for sure. Also like hugely looking forward to that. Cheers, Thundas. Next one, Goldtooth62, extremely generous super chat. Thank you, friend. Let us take a moment to remember what will soon be an empty whiskey bottle.
Is this a reference to drinking at BlizzCon?
Yeah, I hope that that is an enjoyable imbibe you are having, friend.
Rather than the slightly depressed one.
Yeah, I think that sounds. Yeah, I will remember, and I hope you are enjoying yourself safely.
And if it is
wisely.
reference to drinking at BlizzCon, yes, count me in. We're there.
Yes,
let's do it.
Yes.
I have been known to drink a bit of whiskey at BlizzCon.
Are you even allowed?
It has happened. Not in the convention center, obviously. Like at the hotel afterwards, right?
Yes,
yeah, exactly.
Yes, for sure. Thank you so much, Goldtooth. A pleasure. Next one is from Ali Catherine. Hi guys, any updates on getting the BG3 run on YouTube? Yes.
Oh, shit.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Love you guys. Yes, much of it is still on our Twitch highlights.
Not much of it is now.
Some of it,
unfortunately.
Some of it is, but we
have saved it all, and
all
importantly, we've saved the chat files as well. Assuming it all worked, and assuming I haven't accidentally deleted it all, but it is on there. And I have to like go through each one and find a place to put the chat overlay that it doesn't, and I might have to move it around multiple times during a video.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a mission to do. Basically, it's not as simple as just uploading them or whatever. Well, I could do that, but it wouldn't be such a good like viewing experience because one thing that's great about it is the chat, right?
Yeah.
And I want that to be there still.
Yeah.
And obviously that's not built into YouTube, so I have to kind of put it there manually. So maybe we can get an AI to do that for us. Probably not though, because AI is shit.
Or an editor, or a person.
Yeah, maybe an editor can do it. And actually, just put Rylar on a permanent contract and exactly. Could well be the case. But
awesome.
Yes, so that's why it's taking a long time, and it's I'll be honest, it's very unlikely to happen in the build up to midnight.
No, we've got a lot on our plates right now.
But after that, all's fair.
For sure.
And we'll pop it up there. And I do kind of want to be able to put them all up at once as well, even though no one can possibly watch them all at once.
No.
But I don't know, just for my brain's sake.
With you.
That's just how my brain works.
I feel it.
Yeah.
I feel it.
Anyway.
Hi, Rylar. I think that sums it up for everything today. We've done all the super chats. Thank you guys for contributing those today. Lovely to have a little chit chat with you all. Thank you to everyone who subbed or just hung out on Twitch as well. We see you and we value you.
And thank you to everyone who's listening on your preferred podcast listening platform. And don't thank me, thank Evertel, because that's her job now to put that up. And she does it pronto. You're so good at that.
I do. Thank you.
Yeah, you really are.
It's either going to be up later today or tomorrow.
Amazing.
That's how I roll. That is just how I roll.
Cheers, mate. Yeah. And thank you to everyone who joined us for this first podcast in like 3 weeks. So we've been away, been stuff going on, and we'll have a first weekly reset in about 3 weeks up this weekend as well. So thank you, Wrench the Goblin, for a generous last minute cheer there. Thank you to everyone who joined us live. Thank you to everyone watching the VOD. And from me, Taliesin.
And me, Evertel.
Until next time, cheerio.
Bye.